scene in porridge. Sent him a message. There's a scene in porridge where Fletcher's on his knees and he goes, "Dear God, if anybody else comes in, they may not lose."
At this point, can we ask for representatives from each band? Could the representatives be 18 and over, thank you?
We're still looking for representatives on the stage, please. Can we have a representative from Lochgelly, please? Got one? It's not Lochgelly. Who is it? It's not Lochgelly.
Yes. We're going to put a shout out from front of the house. Anybody from you made, follow here 2 minutes, but take that chair out.
Welcome to the results ceremony for the first section championships. Can we welcome on the stage party, please? First of all, our 2 adjudicators, Mark Wilkinson and Dave Barringer. And Carrie Bolks, the President of the Scottish Brass Band Association.
Good evening, folks, and thank you for joining us at the third of our 6 events over this weekend. I'm delighted to see a variety of players and supporters and audience members here this evening. We've had a fantastic day, which started with our second section this morning, and then our third section followed by the pinnacle this evening, our first section bands. And first of all, before I go any further, can I welcome those that are joining us in the live stream this evening, because I appreciate many have to leave. Band buses do dictate timings, so they couldn't all be with us. But thank you for joining us this evening on the live stream, which is a great facility that we're able to offer all of our results. As I say, it has been a great day, and I know that we are at the top of the mountain halfway through the weekend. So I just want to offer a few thanks at this time. Perth Concert Hall staff, we started here at 6:30 this morning. We arrive with the cleaners every weekend, and we set up, and they are just wonderful with us. They make sure that everything is in order. They're always there to help support us and make everything in the hall and the surroundings the best that it possibly can be. So thanks to the team at the hall. Thank you again to all of our volunteers. I say this every time I stand at the podium. The volunteers that work in the Scottish Brass Band Association, the Executive Committee, our NIBS ambassadors, and all of the other volunteers that come from bands or come from the supporters that bands have, are there just for the love of banding. They really are the diamonds in the organisation. Without those volunteers, we couldn't make events like this happen. So thank you very much to them. To our adjudication team today, joining us again tomorrow, hopefully we've not frightened them off, to Mark, Dave, Stan and Alan, who have been with us today. Hopefully all of the bands have taken what they've said, they've taken on board, and they're able to build and grow and develop from the comments that they've received. Whether we agree, well, that's subjective. Thank you to you all for coming along and supporting, not only supporting the event, but working week in, week out in your local bands. Family members, those band managers, those that organise, that own bands. Without you, we wouldn't be here. We're here to serve you. That's what it's about. As you may have noticed as you were going off the stage, one of our young ambassadors was there to meet your conductor or a member of your band, just with a very small token of our appreciation. It's a very special year for SABA. We'd like to celebrate the milestones. During our 125th anniversary, we had great plans for that year, but unfortunately, because of COVID, we were unable to deliver any of those plans. So we decided that we would mark it with a lovely logo for SABA's 130th, and there will be some pop-up events happening throughout the country throughout this year that it would definitely be worth looking out for. So again, it's a milestone. We've given you a token of our appreciation for your efforts and participation today, just to take away for your own band halls, and a special thanks for being here. Another 26 bands will join us tomorrow, so I do hope that you can come back tomorrow to support them. We have our 4th section, really the foundations of our banding movement, along with those bands that are coming to entertain and receive quality feedback in our 4B section. And that really is a success story, and it's something definitely worth coming along to support. There's always a really good feeling in the hall around Sunday lunchtime at that awards ceremony. And then we finish again with the creme de la creme, our championship section bands. Really looking forward to another day of making music, coming together socially, catching up with friends, maybe family, and making sure that we continue to keep the movement here in Scotland thriving and progressing forward. Thank you again for today. I wish you all the very best, a safe journey home, and I really do look forward to seeing you at a future event. Thanks.
I would like to ask Mark Wilkinson to come and say a few words on what you heard today. Mark Wilkinson.
Thank you. So on behalf of David and myself, we'd like to thank all the bands for your time in preparing today's piece. We've had an extremely enjoyable afternoon, listening to what's proved to have been a really good test and also an enjoyable piece to adjudicate. The piece covers things that as players and bands we tend not to like doing, playing quiet, high and exposed, and it also calls for good general basic playing, which is what we've been looking for today in relation to in tune, ensemble, accuracy of pitch, attention to detail, dynamics, etc., etc. So just a sort of a brief overview of some highlights from each of the movements, what we found today. So generally, the opening, all the bands played the opening well, in tune. Trying to play in tune when it's loud, especially on the first note, is sometimes difficult. We didn't find that today. After the two pauses, we have sort of this constant crotchet bass line versus quavers on the upper band. That's been sometimes a challenge, trying to get the quavers to match in with the crotchet. Sometimes it's not always lined up, which has caused some sort of ensemble problems. When we move to the marcato, we've been sort of looking for the bands who can perhaps capture that style with that lightness of articulation, even though it is marked marcato. And throughout the first movement, there aren't any changes of tempo. However, there are some changes of style. We felt some bands, perhaps when it gets to the more melodic sections, lost a bit of the drive and the tempo tended to slow down. So regardless of style, it's always important to try and keep the movement moving forward. Lots of nasty intervals, which we thought generally were well managed on cornets and also sopranos. Move on to the second movement. It's quiet, it's exposed, it's trying to take those risks. We thought all the euphonium players did a great job at the opening. It's not easy to start any movement, especially on your own. So I'm sure we'd like to give all the euphoniums a bit of a cheer. So it's trying to take the risks dynamically. However, it's trying to maintain those dynamics as the lines go higher. So obviously, it's easy to play high when you play louder than it is quiet. So some bands were working really difficult, working hard on the lower dynamics when the pitch was low. It just tended to get a little bit too loud as they ascended through the range. And again, it is slow music. One of the problems with slow music is it's easy for the music to go backwards. So it's still trying to keep that flow, even though the music is slow. And then we move to the final movement. Again, it's trying to get that clean, crisp articulation. Lots of semi-quavers sort of being passed around the band. Sometimes we felt some of the quavers, semi-quavers were a bit crushed. When they're crushed, it sometimes affected some of the ensemble lines. But overall, we thought the standard was really good. As well as looking for the basics, we're trying to look for the consistency over the three movements. I would also like to say a well done to all the soprano players. I know if I'd got that note today, I wouldn't have slept for a month. And also, finally, a big thank you to the association for putting on this fantastic event in such a fantastic venue, and thank you to everyone for your support.
And now the results. First of all, we've got two special awards. First of all is the Saba Medal for Best Instrumentalist, and that is awarded to the euphonium player who played with band number 5, Granite City. Now we have the Thomas Macaulay Memorial Trophy for Best Horn, and this is awarded to the solo horn with band number 5, Granite City. In third place, receiving a £500 voucher from Geneva Instruments and the John Cunningham Memorial Trophy, with 193 points, this is awarded to the band drawn number 1, New Mains and District. In second place, receiving a £750 voucher from Geneva Instruments, the Jim McCafferty Memorial Trophy and an invitation to take part in the national finals in Cheltenham on the 13th and 14th of September. With 194 points, this is awarded to band drawn number 8, Newton Green Silver. Just a reminder to all bands, you can receive your remarks at the far side of the stage. And can the winning band please join us on the stage after for a photo opportunity. And now for first place, receiving a £1,000 voucher from Geneva Instruments, the Archie Smith Memorial Trophy, the Andy Smith Memorial Trophy for the winning conductor, a commemorative banner and an invitation to take part in the national finals in Cheltenham on 13-14 September. With 195 points, this is awarded to band drawn number 5, Granite City.